to be here today with you. His Excellency the Ambassador has introduced the members of our delegation. In the presence of the distinguished guests who are here today for this interaction, I would like to convey my thanks. I would like to begin with recognizing that Bahrain and India have a deep and very, very long-standing relationship. Some of the distinguished guests today here who have been here for many generations are testament to that. I recall from history India's stand going back to 1960, standing with Bahrain, and I would like to take this opportunity to thank the government of Bahrain and all Bahrainis for the consistent stand that Bahrain has taken, including on the recent developments where it has made principled, strong comments which we truly appreciate. We are here at a difficult time. On the one hand, India is doing so well. For now so many years, it has been the fastest growing large economy in the world, with growing friendships, trade, and relationships around the world. Especially in the last decade, Prime Minister Modi has worked incessantly to go around the world to build such rapport, including here in Middle East and West Asia, and in Bahrain especially. The difficult time has to do, as you are aware, with the latest horrific terror attacks on April 22nd in India, and then the hostilities with Pakistan thereafter. I would like to take a few minutes to point out, you are of course, I'm sure, aware of many of these issues, but some of the details I think are worth pointing out. Because we come here in friendship to seek your support, as it has always been there, including now. Now, the horrific nature of these attacks, you may have heard, were that 26 men were killed at short range in front of their wives and children, shot in the head, and most horrifically, after verifying their religion. Now, India has faced many terrible such terror attacks. And terrorism is something that no country tolerates. Neither does Bahrain, nor does any country. Our problem is that our terror attacks are all coordinated from one neighbor to our west, who funds, trains, arms, and uses terror as a proxy. For the last several decades, ever since the end of the Afghan war, these terror proxies have been used to attack India, because otherwise they have tried with armed intervention earlier and failed. Now, you have seen this before. You have seen this in the Mumbai attacks, 2008. You have seen this countless times. There are literally many hundreds of examples. And there is no doubt that it is sponsored by a state, and there is full proof. I use Mumbai because it was the most prominent example, and many people are most familiar with it, but I can give the same example about dozens of other such attacks. The same pattern follows every time. Pakistan claims innocence, tells us that prove it, show us that we are responsible. They did it after Mumbai, they did it after the Pulwama attack, they did it after the Uri attack, they did it after Pathankot attack, and they are doing it now. The reality is, every time as more and more facts come out within few months, they are forced to accept that yes, they have done it. They are also forced to accept because the terrorists are openly roaming around in Pakistan. These are terrorists who have been sanctioned by United Nations. It may shock you to know that there are 52 known and sanctioned terrorists and terror organizations openly operating in Pakistan. And these have been implicated with clear proof in many previous attacks. And even now, this time, there is this particular attack was carried out by an organization called TRF, the Resistance Front, which is a known frontal organization of LET, Lashkar-e-Taiba, which is a sanctioned, known terrorist organization operating out of Pakistan. They took responsibility immediately after the attack on April 22nd. It was not accidental. They repeated that, taking credit. Twice they posted on it, and the IP addresses have been traced. They are known to us. And the IP addresses are in Pakistan, next to army bases. More details will undoubtedly come out in the coming months. But this practice of Pakistan saying, no, no, we are not involved, please show proof, etc., it's the same old pattern. And the pattern is that when we retaliate, they escalate hostilities and then try to take it to the rest of the world to intervene. Now, this is a recurring cycle for us. It's like a nightmare which keeps happening again and again and again. In the last few years, India has changed its doctrine. Earlier, we tried everything. We have tried talks with them. We have tried peace initiatives. Prime ministers have gone in bus. Prime ministers have landed up for weddings and Christmas and tried many things with them. Nothing has worked. We have tried even continuing discussions, even while attacks used to continue on us. But finally, India's changed doctrine is as follows. The sad thing is Pakistan has been using its nuclear capacity to promote terrorism. Normally, when somebody gets nuclear capability, it becomes a reason for peace, because both sides can do a lot of damage. But Pakistan has not agreed to peace. It has used it as a cover for promoting terrorism. Come, OSCG. Now, our new doctrine is we have called their nuclear bluff. We will no longer be blackmailed by their nuclear bluff. We have demonstrated many times from last several years, but now especially, that we can and we will retaliate, and things will never go anywhere close to being nuclear. And that is because we are not, our intention is not hostility. Our intention is to extract a cost to deter them. So this time also, our response was clear. It was very precise, very measured, and non-escalatory in nature until they decided to escalate it further. So what did we do? We hit their terrorist sites, not their civilians, not even their army bases in the first 2 days. We only hit the terrorist sites. These are the same sites in Muridke, Bahawalpur, few other places where the UN has sanctioned them, and known terrorists are openly roaming around there. These are the terrorists who have been implicated in Mumbai 2008 and other, and Pakistan has acknowledged, yes, the proof is there, but they are still not taking any action against them. We hit them, and we told Pakistan that, look, we haven't hit your army, we haven't hit your civilians, you don't have to escalate. We are hitting terrorists, which you should be hitting. But they escalated, and when they escalated, we also, our doctrine is that if you hit us, we will hit you. And we did hit. There has been a lot of disinformation going around. Pakistan has been spreading disinformation about what damage they have caused to India, etc. Of course, that is all disinformation. There are no proof. We have very clearly and precisely hit, after the terrorist bases, certain armed forces bases, and we have backed it up with satellite photos, with other cross-referenced information. And finally, the hostilities came to an end after 4 days. Many nations and leaders have taken a stand that they intervened and they spoke. But to make it clear, our stand is very clear that this is a bilateral issue and we will only deal with Pakistan. So of course people, leaders call and intervene even when there are disputes in other parts of the world. We also give advice to other nations. But while there was advice and suggestions from many nations, the reality is we said it has to be Pakistan only. And only when Pakistan's Director General of Military Operations called India and said that we want a ceasefire, we want to stop, we said the following. We said, we don't want hostilities. You stop shooting, we will stop shooting. You resume shooting, we will resume shooting. That is the simple message. So what we have done is we have paused the hostilities. Now, we want that this transition should yield some changes in Pakistan's policy. Because we cannot keep getting hit with such terrible terrorist attacks without response, and we have changed our policy, as I told you. So the urgent part has passed, the battlefield part has passed. Now it is the important part. Now we have reached out with this delegation. The composition of this delegation itself is the biggest message. My colleagues are from across the country. They're from different political parties. We speak different languages. We practice different religions. There are a wide variety of regions, religions, languages represented in this committee of 8 people. This is the true India. This is the 1.4 billion people, the largest democracy ever in human history. And we are united. We are united with one voice. And we speak for India. This is the biggest message itself. Now going forward, we have taken certain steps. We have put in abeyance the Indus Waters Treaty. We have also stopped visas. We have stopped trade, ships coming in. Because we have a clear policy that the old thing, we tried that for many decades. That we will keep playing cricket, we will keep doing cultural events, and you will keep attacking us. That has changed. Talks and terrorism cannot go at the same time. Blood and water cannot flow at the same time. So these are the steps we are taking. But we make it very clear. We want friendly relations. But talks have not helped. Cultural exchanges have not helped. And not once or twice. It's for decades since 1947 it has been going on. Again and again and again the same thing. So we are very clear. The message is clear. You stop shooting, we stop shooting. You start shooting, we will shoot. But the message is also there. That all these water being put in abeyance and other steps we have taken, it is our way of saying you change and we will meet you more than halfway. If Pakistan takes credible steps to undo its terror infrastructure and take action against the terrorists, these are not, it's not just we are saying they are terrorists. The whole world knows that these are terrorists. If Pakistan takes action against them, we will be more than happy to respond with friendly steps. That's what we would wish. Now, we are, over these decades, when the last war happened was in Kargil, 1999, we were 7 times of Pakistan's economy. When the Balakot airstrikes happened in 2019, we were 9 times of Pakistan's economy. Today, we are 11 times of Pakistan's economy. We are the fastest growing large economy, and because Pakistan's system is so skewed, they are a laggard. Now, I have, along with some members here, OACG, myself, others, we have interacted with Pakistan quite a lot. The business people in Pakistan want peace. Civil society wants peace. Most Pakistanis want peace, but everybody knows that the army there has a disproportionate control over that country, and they are the ones who keep doing this, and their incentives must change. So there will be all these economic steps that we are taking, and we want the help of friends. We want the help of civilized nations to convince Pakistan to change, that this time we have gone beyond a red line, and this India is no longer going to be patient like we were before, that we will keep on bleeding. And you will keep on doing this, and we will keep talking. And we want friendly relations, but it won't happen through talks. It will